Hello, Blizzard fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Stiii and validng on Terraform, the latter edition. At least I assume that's Stiii. 3 eyes in a row is E to me, but could be Stiii or whatever. But today I'm joined by a special guest. This is Fanboy Gaming of the channel Fanboy Gaming. Say hello! There we go.
Hello. What's going on, people?
Alright, so Fanboy here is a fellow StarCraft 2 caster. He has his own channel. He got started just a few weeks ago. He's very new to the game, but he has a lot of good insights. I'll go ahead and link to his channel here. I think I've done so before. I mentioned him in a previous cast, but he didn't actually join me, so let's go ahead.
No, unfortunately I didn't.
No, but this time he is. So give him some love, check him out. Hit that subscribe if you like what you see. Alright, so in the top left of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Stiii.
And then down the bottom right, you have Belgian. Belgian is how I pronounce it.
I actually think it's validng.
validng.
Yep, validng.
As anybody that's watched my channel, I am horrible at names.
Names are hard. People have weird names in StarCraft.
Yes.
All right.
Very.
So it looks like our red Zerg player is going for that early expansion hatchery. So brave to do in ZVZ, but I guess at the same time, validng is doing the same thing there as well. So this is a ZVZ, and I believe you main Protoss. Is that right?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Me and Zerg don't get along very well.
No. So you probably haven't played very many Zerg versus Zerg games in your time, I have to imagine.
No, I remember I played one in Legacy of the Void, and I lost horribly.
Yeah, Zerg I think is probably the hardest race to pick up if you haven't played it before.
Yes.
Just kind of
I've played it just a little bit in Legacy or Heart of the Swarm, and it's just too much micro for me.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of micro. Although this is in the latest patch, and so those queens inject for you automatically now, which is actually kind of nice.
Now, can you turn that feature off?
You absolutely can. So the inject larva or the spawn larva spell on the queen, if you right-click it, it turns off that auto-cast ability. So if you have a queen you want dedicated just to putting down creep tumors or doing transfuse, you can disable that, and then she won't inject anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's super duper nice. So yeah, both players. Go ahead.
I just missed my chrono boost.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've cast a bunch of Protoss games where I'm watching that warp gate be researched and it's not being chrono boost, and it's crazy. It just takes so long to get that out, and I'm sure Protoss players hate it even more than I do trying to watch it.
I've hidden my C key is my chrono boost key, and I still do it just out of instinct.
Just tapping it desperately. Come on, chrono boost.
It's not working.
So sad, but I think players will get used to it. And again, Blizzard said they might bring it back, so who knows at this point.
Let's hope.
Alright, so sixlings are moving across the kind of middle top ramp, top lane of the map here, scouting things out, scouting if there's a base up at the north part, which is a weird place to look, but whatever floats your boat. Drone scouting for Stiii here, seeing not much of anything yet, and actually might die before scouting anything. Yep. Saw the extractor, but did not see the roach warren that's being built, which is, I think, what he wanted to do. Lings come over here for validng, and actually, they do outnumber the lings that are here. Nope, but with the queen and the 4 lings from Stiii, going to be very close. But no, actually, 4 lings do survive. They're going to try to take down this queen all by themselves. It's going to be very close. Trying to micro back the weakened ling. Doesn't quite work. It's going to be super duper close. Zergling going to get the queen. No! The drone comes in with the additional DPS and saves the queen.
That queen is down to 20 HP.
20 HP. Regenerating it, obviously, because it's Zerg. But wow, good micro there from Stiii, bringing that drone over at the last second to save it. And again, having queens is so important in ZVZ, especially because you need that additional larva to keep up with the production of your Zerg opponent. And actually, a bunch of speedlings heading out now for validng, again, taking that north route. And are they going to be ready for it is the question. What does Stiii have back at the base?
Not a whole lot. He has a handful of lings.
Handful of lings, 1 spine crawler, another one on the way. I'm not sure if it's going to show up in time to make a difference in this match. The Overlord for Stiii does scout it perfectly, though. Sees the lings are coming. Gives Stiii about 3 seconds heads up. And yeah, I think the spine was enough to kind of chase validng away. It's a race to get back to the base, but no. Stiii decides to send the Zerglings back. So both players just kind of hanging out.
Does blue not have speed? Yeah, he does.
Yeah, blue definitely has speed. Both players have speed right now.
Oh, there's his wings.
Yeah.
I didn't see the wings at first. I'm like, what?
Why would you not get speed, especially in ZVZ?
Yeah.
Seems dumb. Alright, so Lair is mutating right now for validng and for Stiii. The timing is fairly similar, but 2 evolution chambers for validng. And there we go, actually 2 for Stiii as well. So kind of a mirror match right now. It is 33 to 33 harvesters, 45 to 42 total supply. Both players getting a Lair, both players getting upgrades. And Hydralisk Den on the way as well for Stiii. So we might see that Lurker that is so good in ZVZ. Might just see Hydras. We'll have to wait and see.
See, I don't see Hydras very often. Hydras, or, well, what Hydras turn into very often when a Zerg's playing a Protoss, at least.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few Lurkers be used against Protoss just because they do extra damage to Armored, which a lot of the ground units for Protoss are.
True.
And so they have been pretty good, but it's not, it's not every time, like you're saying. Definitely not in every game kind of a thing.
Especially if the Protoss has Colossus. I mean, the Colossus outrange.
Actually, no.
They don't?
The Colossus with the range upgrade and the Lurkers with the range upgrade both have a range of 9.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So Lurkers can stab the Colossus right back.
That's terrifying.
That's why you don't see many Colossus in Legacy of the Void games, if you haven't noticed.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Now you know.
You don't see very many Colossus. What you do see is, what is the stupid things called?
Immortals?
No.
Adepts?
No, they come out of the Robo Bay.
Out of the Robo Bay. Warp Prisms.
Or no. They're bulls.
Not the Immortal? Oh, the Disruptors. Yeah. Yeah, lots of Disruptor play.
All the time.
That's because it's a good unit. That's why. Alright, so check.
Have blue taking a third.
Yep, blue's taking a third and checking to make sure that Stiii doesn't have a third of his own. So very smart. Just making sure they're ahead that way. It's a Ling on Ling battle, but Hydras show up and all those Lings are going to melt so fast. Yep, trying to escape, but nope. A single survivor for validng trying to head back home, reporting the existence of Hydras to the swarm. Going to be Roaches for validng and actually a Lurker Den of his own popping up. So a little bit later, I think. Actually, no, I lied. I thought Stiii was going for Lurkers, but instead is getting that range upgrade first. I'm sorry, the muscular augments, the speed upgrade, rather. The speed upgrade first. And if you notice, Stiii actually has 3 evolution chambers and is upgrading melee attack, missile attack, and carapace all at the same time. I don't know that I've seen that very much.
Not normally 3. You normally get 2.
Yeah, you usually choose if you want to go melee or if you want to go missile attack. But Stiii wants it all. And actually, a Link counterattack killed the third base for validng, and Stiii is getting a third base of his own here. So, a pretty big turn of events. I feel like validng was in the lead, but Stiii right now is 122 supply, has a whole ton of Lurkers, but not getting a Lurker Den of his own. I feel like Hydras are good, but they're so squishy. They only have 80 hit points.
Do Hydras go up? Do they trade well with Roaches?
They do not. Hydras on their own get melted by Roaches because they really can't get through the armor very well of the Roach unit. But if you have Roaches of your own tanking against the enemy's Roaches with Hydras behind your Roaches, kind of protecting them, they're a lot more effective. So yeah, that's why we see validng with a few Roaches and then Hydras behind them to do the DPS. It's kind of your standard, MMORPG strategy of having tanks and having DPS. That's what the Roaches are and the Hydras are. So, and actually good use of Changelings as well.
Stiii does have a Lurker Den on the way.
Okay, so getting that Lurker Den a little bit later, but I don't think it's really going to matter. By the time these armies clash, we'll probably have Lurkers available for both of the players. You'll notice Valley has 3 Lurkers sitting back in his mineral line of his natural. That's just to prevent any Zergling counterattacks. That will take care of them dead in their tracks. And as I say that, he might actually move these Lurkers away, so maybe not. Who knows at this point? And yeah, taking a third base now is validng, but again, super behind Stiii, who already has the third base. It is up. It is running. No gas on this third base yet. I just feel like Zerg needs gas so much. Taking those extractors as soon as you can on that third base is super important, but whatever. And we are moving along this bottom lane. validng with lings, with roaches, with lurkers, with hydras, and ravagers.
Yep.
As well. All right.
Ravagers, I remember when Legacy first came out, they were so overpowered. It felt like to me they were just so overpowered.
What about them were so overpowered?
Well, Zergs were just getting a ton of them. And no one knew how to deal with them when they first came out. Or especially when the community made maps that would sort of kind of represent what you were going to get in Legacy of the Void before Legacy of the Void came out.
Yeah, I remember those.
And I played them, and they just felt so overpowered to me.
All right. Anyway, putting that on hold, Corrosive Bile throwing down on all of these hydras. Mass hydra for Stiii. A lot of Corrosive Bile hits there, but don't run into these lurkers. Don't do it. Oh, running into the lurkers for validng. Hold position was on, and they catch a whole bunch, killing a ton of hydras there. 4, 3, 2 kills. The Hydra Ball is greatly reduced. A lot of them are low on hit points as well, but Still's Lurker is still at the top of this ramp, kind of preventing the push-up from validng. Both players just taking a breath, reestablishing, and the fate of this third base is definitely hanging in the balance.
Well, you have Stiii trying to make Lings and Hydras as quickly as he can, just to reinforce his army, because most of his army's, well, dead.
Yeah, right now, let's hit the units tab real quick. 29 Hydras and 1 Lurker. Pretty good army, but again, pushing again. validng getting a lot of Corrosive Bile hits. Not good micro here from Stiii whatsoever. But then backing out, trying to get to the safety of the Lurker. I feel like if he lifted up the Lurkers and then burrowed him in there with the rest of the army, he'd probably be able to win. But killing Stii's Lurker, all that's left here are some Ravagers. The Hydra is trying to snipe down the Overseers, actually taking damage they don't necessarily need to take. There we go. Lurkers now on the high ground. These Hydras need to run. Nope, they're all going to die. Lurker tries to burrow, does manage to do so barely with 13 health. Overseers are here for Stiii, but no Overseers at all for validng. Trying to use Corrosive Bile to take care of the Lurkers before his Lurkers die. Is validng gonna get it? The Hydras need to snipe down that Overseer immediately, and they do. And yeah,
this is just a good old-fashioned standoff.
Yeah, it looks like trench warfare or something from like World War I or something. Just a lot of casualties.
Hydras are moving in, and that bio attack is just so strong.
Where do those roaches come from? Anyway, roaches, hydras, lurkers, ravagers. It's very close, but the reinforcing roaches I think are going to turn the tide. All the lurkers, yep, that queen dies. All the lurkers for Stiii are dead as well. validng bringing in more overseers, trying to deal with stuff. Any lurkers that might exist. I don't actually see any, though,
no,
for our red Zerg player. No. Lurker burrowing up behind the line. These roaches keep coming from somewhere. He has these roaches rallied. validng does that keep coming up this top ramp and getting killed before they get anywhere. So we need to watch that.
Oh.
Going for it again. And the roaches are pushing the hydras back as predicted. Upgrade on the hydras are 2-2 though. 2-2 as well for the roaches though. So validng definitely keeping up. 17 ravagers on the way for validng. And you know what? Stiii says, forget this. I'm going to go do a base trade. Sending his hydras across the map. And actually validng is retreating to respond to it because he has killed the third base of Stiii. His third base is up and running. If he can kill this attacking group of Stiii, he's going to be a really good spot. But the hydras are here. They have +2/+2, and they are mad.
But the lurkers do show up. Will they be able to hit any of their bio attacks?
Yeah, the Corrosive Bile actually whiffing mostly there, but the hydras did what they wanted to do. They sniped down that third base. Both players are stuck on 2 bases, but rather Stiii is double expanding right here to the base at the top left, and as well as the one on the north side of the map. But again, army composition, mass Ravager, I feel like is better than this number of hydras. We'll have to see though.
Because the hydras just, if you had roaches, you could just close the range with these Ravagers, and they couldn't do their bio attack very easily. But Hydras are so squishy.
Yes, they are just super squishy. Again, they're trying to survive here, but excellent concave with the Roaches. Corrosive Biles getting quite a few kills there. Hydra's trying to stand and fight, but slowly getting whittled down. There are only 3 left now, and that's it. Stiii calls the GG. validng is victorious, and Stiii has left the game.
Yes, he has.
So, whew, pretty crazy ZVZ there. Pretty darn fun stuff. I like to see the Ravager. I like to see the Lurker play. And I don't know. I feel like validng could have won that a little bit sooner if he just moved up the Lurkers onto the high ground sooner than he did. He kind of had them stuck on the ramp to where they would attack Hydras that came over their way, but they weren't very offensive at any point during that attack for quite a while.
If Stiii got Roaches sooner and Lurkers sooner, I think this game would have probably gone on a lot longer than it did.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. So, a lot of attrition on both sides, though. Nobody really got on 3 bases for a super long length of time. I guess validng did. Looking at the units lost tab, 81 Hydras died for Stiii, 4 Lurkers, and validng lost 19 Hydras of his own, 20 Roaches, and a single Lurker and 7 Ravagers. So he actually kept his Lurkers alive fairly well throughout that game.
He just didn't have a lot. He only had, what, 3 or 4 at one period of time?
Yeah, that's true. I guess he has 2 now. And then he lost that 1, and so yeah, probably only had 4. So maybe I am overestimating how many he had total. So, oh well, that's about it. Let's wrap it up here. This has been FalconPaladin and Fanboy Gaming with yet another daily StarCraft Blizzard Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Again, check out Fanboy's channel. I'll put another card up here if you want to check him out. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.